Hi Daniel, it's Rebecca with your video critique for assignment 1. Congratulations, you changed the context of these original images really well. These were great choices for these for images for this assignment, and you just went all out. It looks fantastic. This zombie idea was really great. I can tell that you're going to do a really great job on the next assignment. That's the creep show one, so this is a nice warm-up for you. So let's see, the crackled skin looks so neat. There's so much depth and contrast in there, and the fire effect is amazing, and the melted uniform and what you added in here on the collar looks really cool, and how it kind of melts into the tie. So I think that that was all really well done, and I like that these don't look too affected by it. I can see it a little bit in the red here, but that these stayed colorful to kind of add a little pop of contrast is really fantastic. Let's see. So I'm wondering why we kept a white background on this. I think that, you know, you could have kept the background that was possibly there, but the white background really does just, you know, make this, it doesn't distract at all from what's going on with the figure. So I'm not necessarily against it, but I can't decide if I'm for it. So I'll leave it up to you. Yeah, okay, let's move on. So the only thing that I noticed that could use a little help is the black of this hat gets very muted and gray, and there's not a lot of contrast in here, and especially because it's next to this really dark, crispy goodness of the skin that you made with the zombie effect. So I would select this area as well as the tie and pull up the black in there a little bit using the levels adjustment layer, just to make it more contrasty so that it doesn't get lost. Right now it's just kind of getting muted and you know, set aside, and I think that if the whole thing had the same amount of contrast, it would just be an even more vibrant image. All right, other than that, this was a really great concept, really weird, and I love it. I love weird stuff, so that works well for me. And I think that the fire just really takes this to the next level. Really great idea. As far as this image goes, I love the idea of the underwater theme. I had a lot of classmates emailing me wondering if they had missed something because they didn't understand how you figured out how to make this within just the few weeks of class that we already had. So, so you raised the bar here with this image. I think that the rock cake is a really great idea. The crab on the head is fantastic. So reading your concept that you wrote for us, you wanted an aerial theme, but the only thing that tells me it's an aerial theme is the image of flounder in the bowl here. So I think that if you're going to go with an aerial theme, that all of the sea creatures that you add should either be straight out of the Disney version, or you can just kind of use your own, like your own picture of a flounder that you color yellow and blue, and then add that in, but have it be realistic like this crab and these turtles. Also, the turtles kind of hint to me that it's more of a Finding Nemo thing, because I don't really remember turtles being any of the main characters in Little Mermaid. There were some turtles in the under the sea scene, but that's just the nerdy Disney person talking. So I think that my point is, I don't think you need to have the actual Disney characters in there. I think that you know, because Little Mermaid was a story before Disney made it a story, and you know, you could have your own version of the characters, and I think that that would be an even stronger piece than referencing directly to the Disney characters. The other thing that I'm confused about is this skull candle, because you mentioned something about being free under the water, but then there's this kind of weird skull here. So the skull imagery immediately makes this a more morbid image. It's already on the darker side just because it's underwater. It's dark underwater. I mean dark as in, you know, because of the lighting elements, not dark as in creepy. But, you know, the image is on the darker side, and then you add this skull, and it's in front of a little girl, so it's kind of like, did these girls drown? You know, like there's like this, I'm wondering what's going on there. So I think there might be a better way to approach this candle, unless, you know, that's part of your story. I didn't get that as being part of your story from the concept that you shared with us. So I think there just needs to be a little bit of clarification there. Other than that, I think that it was a really fantastic effect. And like you said, you know, it really, adding this like underwater kind of filter really makes everything blend together really nicely. And I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great concept. It just needs some final tweaking to really drive this one home. So other than that, keep up the fantastic work, all this fantastic experimenting. I love it. You know, you really went for it on these, and it's wonderful. We all love it. Good job.